Hey there, year nine. So we're going to be taking a look at percentage increase decrease, but this time the skill set is specific to a calculator. So again, taking a look at what's a quicker way we could do this skill with the use of a calculator. Okay, so going back to that multiplier, thinking of a percentage as a multiplier is really handy because you can then use the multiplier with your calculator. So if I wanted to write down the percentage multiplier for a percent increase, okay, this is key. Let's highlight that. Oops, let's change colors. Okay, here we go. We are increasing. So again, think adding, going up. Okay, so let's think about it. So I take my item, which is 100%. I take the whole item, and I'm going to be adding on 37%, which means I'm going to have 137% in total. All we have to do now is turn that into a multiplier. So think, what's the decimal? The decimal for this would be 1.37. So what we would do is we would take that amount, multiply it by 1.37, and that increases it by 37%. Can you please pause the video and write me the multiplier that would increase something by 65%? Okay, let's see. So hopefully you thought, okay, I have 100%. I'm increasing, so I'm adding on 65%, which means my total will be 165%. What is 165% as a decimal? So a multiplier. Again, think percentages are out of 100. So dividing by 100 to get 1.65. So we'd be multiplying by 1.65. Okay, what's the difference between that and a decrease? So I need a multiplier that would decrease. Again, think going down or subtraction. So I have this 37%. This time I'm going to take my original item, which is 100%. I want to take away 37%. What percent of my item do I have remaining? So thinking, okay, well, this would be 3. This would be 63%. And now, what is 63% as a multiplier? That would be 0.63 because that's the decimal equivalent. Percentages are out of 100, that's why I'm dividing by 100. So if you want to decrease something in your calculator by 37%, you would just multiply it by 0.63. Can you please find me the multiplier that would decrease something by 65%? Okay, so I would take my original item, 100%, and I'm going to take away 65% to have 35% remaining. I'm then thinking, what is 35% as a decimal or a multiplier? Well, percentages are out of 100, so to get the decimal, we just divide by 100 to get 0.35. So we would take our item and we just multiply it by 0.35 to decrease it. All right, now what does this look like with an actual amount? So let's try one. I want to increase 6 by 20%, but again, you're using a calculator. So step 1, increase, going up or adding. So you take 100%, we're adding on 20% to get 120%. Now just like we reviewed 120%, what is that as a multiplier? Well, you would divide it by 100, since percents are out of 100, to get 1.20 or 1.2. Again, those are equivalent because that trailing 0 has no value. Now all we have to do is take that 6, use our multiplier, so times it by 1.2 or 1.20, and we will now increase it by 20%. So again, grab your calculator. And we should get 7.2 for a final answer. Makes sense, right? Because 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Cool. All right, grab your calculator. Can you please try and take that same 6, but this time increase it by 30%? All right, let's see if we did it. So 100% plus 30% would get us 130%. Now, what is 130% as a multiplier? So we're thinking percentages are out of 100. So let's divide by 100 to get either 1.30, or you're probably thinking that 0 still doesn't have any significance. So 1.3 is equivalent. 2, take your 6, multiply it by 1.3. Make sure we're getting what, 7.8? Yeah, 7.8 for full marks. All right, last two. Let's use the same process but decrease this time. So we're thinking decrease going down or subtraction. So what is the multiplier? Step 1, find the multiplier. So 100%, we're going to take away 30%, which means we will have 70% of our item left. What is 70% as a multiplier? So again, you're thinking, dividing by 100, percents are at 100. So that's 0.70, or again, 0 doesn't have significance there, so 0.7. Last step, we actually have to decrease 7. So we take that 7, we multiply it by 0.7 to get 4.9 as a final answer. Okay, here's your final question for today. Can you please pause the video? Can you please decrease 8 by 20%? And when you think you have it, go on to Firefly and select the correct answer. Good luck.